Welcome to What If It All Goes Right, the podcast where we flip the script on obstacles and turn them into opportunities. I'm Angela Gargano, 6-time American Ninja Warrior, Miss Fitness America, keynote speaker, and someone who knows firsthand what it's like to face setbacks and wonder, is this for me? I've torn my ACL on national television, worked the 12-hour overnight shifts as a biochemist, and battled my own doubts about how to chase my goals while juggling life's chaos. But through it all, I've learned one powerful truth. It's not about avoiding challenges. It's about how you view them. The difference between success and staying stuck, it's all in your mindset and what you do next. This podcast is here to remind you that every single person you admire has faced obstacles. The real magic happens when you decide to see those hardships as stepping stones to something greater. Each week, we'll dive into powerful stories and practical tools and mindset shifts to help you take control of your life and ask the big question, what if it all goes right? You'll leave each episode empowered, inspired, and equipped with the actionable steps to create the life you've been dreaming of. Because the truth is, you're stronger than you think, and your obstacles are just opportunities in disguise. Let's rewrite your story together. Get ready to feel inspired, take action, and see what happens when you start asking, what if it all goes right? Hey there, and welcome back to What If It All Goes Right, the podcast where we break through limits, shift our mindset, and step into the highest versions of ourselves. This is part 4 of the What If It All Goes Right series, and this one's about getting out of your head and back into your body, because sometimes it's not just about thinking your way into possibility, it's about physically shifting your energy, breaking the cycle, and literally shaking it out. And I mean literally. And I had someone message me the other day saying that she was having a panic attack. And in that moment, she remembered something that I said, which was, what if it all goes right? That one thought helped her push through the panic, reset her state, and regain control. That is literally how powerful this is. But I know that sometimes just thinking isn't enough. When we're super deep in anxiety and we're fogged up with negativity, when we can't even begin to picture what right looks like, we have to move. We literally have to move through it. And today I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that and why movement shifts your state. Before we jump into the exercise, let's talk about why this works. You probably noticed that animals shake their bodies after a stressful situation. So like my dog, for example, Pepper, she does this all the time. She'll be in the park and she'll have a moment and she'll shake it out. Every time she gets overwhelmed, she would shake. And the trainer told me, and I thought this was super fascinating, that's her resetting her nervous system. She's shaking off the stress and getting back to the present moment. So we all do it in a different way. And we as humans can do the same exact things. There's actual science behind this, and it's called somatic release. And it's a technique used in therapy and trauma work to help the body release and build up stress and tension. When we experience stress, our body goes into this whole fight or flight mode, even when we're not in physical danger. And it's so interesting because for fight or flight, there's so many different reactions and reactive ways. For me personally, when I'm in fight or flight, I can't do anything. I feel like everything's impossible. I can't do anything. I can't move. And that stress gets stored in our muscles, our posture, and even in our breath patterns. But when we physically move, when we shake, when we dance, when we jump, we send a powerful signal to our nervous system that it's safe to let go of the tension. This is why things like dancing, shaking, jumping, or even stretching can instantly change how you feel. So instead of staying stuck in the fog or negativity, we're going to reset using movement. If you've been in my programs before, my Pull Up Revolution program, you know we do something similar. I didn't really fully go beyond the science of it when we were doing it, but what I have a lot of women do before they even attempt to do their pull-up, because I have so many women, I make them attempt their pull-up without a pull-up band, without anything, which could be super stressful, right? Because you're like, okay, wait, I kind of already feel in my head that I suck at this, and now you're going to make me do it without the band. So what we do in Pull Up Revolution is do the Pull Up Revolution way, which means we dance out for 1 minute to our favorite song. We like shake it out, we get out of our head, we get into our body, and we really try and think of ourselves in a more empowered state and as this like alter ego version of ourselves. What's so great about this though is like you can literally do this for anything. It doesn't need to be the pull-up, right? I've used this for corporate leadership. I've used this for just individuals who just need to get out of their head. And it seems so stupid. And you're like, Angela, like, I don't want to do that. Angela, you're going to you want me to dance? Like, get out, like, leave me alone. But it literally works. And I've had so many people get their pull-up after having that, like, that shakeout moment. So here's what we're going to do. The 1 minute shake it out exercise. And this is what we do in Pull Up Revolution before the pull-ups. We're going to do it. So if you're at home, I want you to stand up. If you're outside on a walk, you can kind of do this subtly. I guess it might look a little weird, but just shaking out your arms and legs. If you're in the office, maybe go find a private space or just do something subtle movements in your chair. People will probably be like, what is happening? Okay, ready? So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna set a timer for 1 minute. 1 minute on your phone, just 1 minute. Okay. Not 10 minutes, not 30 minutes, 1 minute. And you're gonna move your body for 1 full minute. And I don't care how silly you feel. Now, trust me, you could do this without music if you want, but I like to put on my favorite song. For some reason, when I do the pull-up revolution stuff, I do Ed Sheeran Shivers. I don't know why, it just like gets me out of my head and into my body. But pick a song for 1 minute, and I want you to like actually shake out your arms. I want you to actually shake out your legs. I want you to roll your shoulders, wiggle your fingers, maybe jump up and down if you want. Maybe dance like a complete weirdo like me. It's so funny. I was talking to someone the other day and he was like, I just want to let you know, like, I'm not a good dancer. And I'm like, you have no idea how bad of a dancer I am, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It's going to look weird, but I'm going to do it. And while you're doing this, I want you to channel the highest version of yourself. Now, I want you to really think about this highest version of yourself and how they feel. For me, my highest version of myself when I was coming back from my ACL tear, or when I had to shut down my gym and all of a sudden I was like trying to figure out life and I was completely broke, was I called her Xena. And Xena the Warrior Princess. Depending on what age you are here, you may never have heard of Xena the Warrior Princess. But she's a version of me that has literally overcome every obstacle. She's the one who's rebuilt herself after tearing her ACL in American Ninja Warrior. The one who started from zero after shutting down my gym and kept going. And the one who truly trusts herself completely. So while you're shaking it out for that 1 minute, I want you to think about who is your highest self. Maybe she's a badass CEO. Maybe she's the strongest version of you. Maybe she's the most confident, fearless version of you. I want you to name her, step into her, and shake it out like she would. So like I said, playing something fun in the background music here for 60 seconds while doing this is a great way to do this. So again, the 1 minute, shake it out. Feel free to pause this video right now, go over to your favorite song and actually do it. Like shake it out. I'll do it too. I honestly need it. I'm having a little bit of a moment this week. So shake it out, pause this video and see how you feel after. Then you're going to come to step 2, which we're going to do next. Okay. So step 2 is the breath and the power statement. Okay. So now you're going to stop. You're going to take a deep breath in through your nose. You're going to hold it and then you're going to let it go. One more deep breath in, hold it and let it go. Now, this loud or in your head, if you're in public, or just do it in public, why not? I want you to say, I'm stepping into my power. Right now, repeat after me. I am stepping into my power. I am shaking off what no longer serves me. Say it again. I am shaking off what no longer serves me. And choosing to believe that what if it all goes right? Because that is what we're doing. We're releasing the stress, the negativity, the self-doubt, and we're choosing to move into a state of positivity, a place of possibilities. So after you've breathed it in, breathe it in. I want you to say those powerful statements. And maybe even if there's more statements that you want to say, maybe you're just like, I am powerful. I'm free. I can do this. Whatever you need to say it out loud. Own it, even if you don't believe it just yet. So how does this relate to pull-ups, to challenges? The cool part, this isn't just about your mindset. Like I said, I teach the same method in Pull-Up Revolution for my girlies. And when I have women working on their first pull-up, before they even attempt one without a band, I have them shake it out first. Like I said, the reason I do this is because breaking through limitations, whether it's mental or physical, starts with shifting your state. It starts with getting into a more empowered state, right? Because if you're already starting off with something and you're in fight or flight or you're in a disempowered place, it's going to be really tough to see the possibilities, right? So if you're standing underneath that pull-up bar, for example, and you're thinking, I can't do this, you've already been defeated. Like you set yourself up for defeat. But if you stop, you shake it out, you dance it out for 1 minute, and you step into that powerful version of yourself, suddenly you're not the same person standing under that bar anymore. And I've seen women who thought they'd never be able to do a pull-up get their first pull-up right after shaking it out and shifting into their highest self. That is literally how powerful this is. And it's so interesting because I've had some women who will say like, yeah, I'm like, oh, are you doing the dance before the pull up? And they're like, you could tell they're not doing it. Like, I kind of doing it. I'm not really doing it. Okay, cool. You need to do it. Just do it. Why not? What do you got to lose? Is it really going to harm any if you just dance it out like a weirdo for a minute and it doesn't do anything? There's literally no bad thing that can come from it. So why not just give it a shot and just see what it does for you? So how can you use this in your daily lives? Okay. This isn't just for workouts. This isn't just anxiety. It's a daily tool you can literally use. So maybe it's like before a big meeting, shake it out. Maybe it's before a workout, just shake it out. Maybe you're feeling stuck in your head. I was literally feeling so stuck this week. Shake it out. I literally went and I went to the gym and I started doing handstands and like on this bench and doing some weird stuff just to like get out of my body and like shake it out because I just needed to. Because I'm like, Angela, all these thoughts were like in my head. I felt frozen. I'm like, I can't figure anything out. I suck. All these thoughts were coming in. I'm like, why am I having these feelings right now? I'm like, cool. What do I have to do? I got to get out of my head back into my body. I do this personally before I get on stage. So I want to say something kind of funny. So before I get on stage to do keynotes, I definitely shake it out. Before I did Miss Fitness America and I won that, I was in the back, like sprinting back and forth. Before American Ninja Warrior, same thing, in the back, sprinting back and forth, getting out of my head, into my body, putting on some Eminem, like whatever I needed to do. And I do this whenever I feel myself slipping into that worst case scenario thinking. And again, what's so great is you can train your brain. Like you can literally train your brain from this. Those thoughts, those negative thoughts, this doesn't just go away. Okay. That's a huge misconception. A huge misconception is you're going to just always think positive. It's always going to be, you're literally not. We're human. We're going to always think worst case scenario thinking, but the awareness around it and learning and being like, oh, wait, hold on. I'm in worst case scenario thinking, what can I now do? You'll start to train yourself just like you train your dog to sit, stay, all the things. You can train yourself to get out of it. It literally works. So next steps on building this. Okay. So now here's your challenge. I want you to try this once a day. Yeah. I want you to incorporate it into your daily routine. And you don't need to do it once a day for like the rest of your life. Also, don't think that. I did a podcast episode a while back, which is like, just do it for 7 days. Like you don't need to, like you can do anything for 7 days. You can quit for 7 days. You can start something new for 7 days. Just do it for 7 days. Incorporate it into your daily routine. It's literally going to take you 1 minute. It's going to take you literally dance for 1 minute. Okay, maybe 2 minutes because you dance for 1 minute and then you breathe and then like you say all your affirmations. Okay, so maybe like 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure we all have 2 minutes. 2 minutes times 7, it's 14 minutes out of your 168 hours in your week. I think we can do it, right? And I want you to do it before a stressful event. Maybe just do it first thing in the morning or whenever you need a reset. And I want you to pair it with your what if it all goes right walk. So this is how we're like now habit stacking all the stuff that we're doing, the steps that we're taking in order to get into this highest, best version of ourselves, right? So we talked about in the trainings before this, going on that what if it all goes right walk. So maybe you go for the walk and then you shake it out after. Maybe you're walking and you're shaking it out. We have the meditation as well, but stacking this on top of each other and repeating it. And you definitely, again, these are things that you have to do consistently. You're not going to feel right away like everything's better. It's going to take some time, but after a while, you're going to start to notice that you're reacting to things a little bit less. You're going to start to feel better in your body. Things are just going to feel better. And you're gonna be like, wait, actually, it's because I did these little things every single day. And after shaking it out, again, you could take this short walk, envision your highest self. And here's the cool bonus tip and something that I've done before multiple times, which it's gonna sound a little crazy. So I'm a little crazy though. Let's be real here. I think we have to be a little crazy sometimes for some of the stuff that I've done. So what I've done before is I record my own affirmations. So I record myself saying those things to myself, like you are enough. You are going to make it big, or you actually don't even say like you are. It's like you have already. So it's I am already enough, right? Like right now, you want to record it as if it's already happened, right? I made it big. I walk confidently into X, Y, and Z. I want you to say all those things. You record yourself saying them. Okay. Record yourself saying them in the vision as if it already has happened. And then if you can, this is a little more technical, high frequency music is going to help you get into a higher and a more enlightened state. And you can listen to it in the morning or right before bed when your brain is most receptive to that, and just keep recording it. And the idea isn't to record it, listen to it, and like be super obsessive with what they're saying. It's to have it in the background, kind of like in this like background state. It's like kind of like brainwashing yourself to believe in yourself. Okay, and listen to it every morning and every night. The one thing I do want you to be cautious about though, because I've done this before multiple times, and I had a psychologist who was telling me about this. try and make sure that whatever the state you're trying to get to, don't go so far beyond where it seems impossible, because sometimes you'll keep listening to that in your head. If you keep, for example, saying like, oh, I want this like $10 million house, right? And you know it's going to be like 10 years down the line. It's awesome to have that, but maybe try and think of like what that next step is that you're going to be able to achieve a little sooner. So maybe it's like hitting a certain income goal or whatever it might be. You can say those things first, because sometimes if you are always thinking about the things you do not have, like it starts to actually feel impossible. So think about it how we break up like the pull up and everything like that. Try and think of like maybe that step 1 or step 3 or 4. Say that in the video. And then once you achieve that, then you record the video again and you keep kind of going. That will help you feel a little bit more positive with that. So anyways, closing thoughts. There's always going to be days where you wake up in a fog. Like I said, this week for me was that. And I don't even know why, because I don't feel like anything is really that bad in my life. Like I feel like things are actually going decently. I mean, there's definitely stuff in my business that's not working the way I want it to work, but I met a really nice guy who I've been hanging out, which has been really nice. My dog is amazing. I love my dog park friends. There's so many great things, but I still have been feeling a little foggy. And there's going to be these days that even when things are like, it seems like there's all this great stuff, that you're still feeling heavy, when you're still doubting yourself. But you don't need to stay there. You don't need to stay stuck. Your body is its greatest tool to snap out of it. And now you have one more tool in your toolbox from this part. So the next time you're feeling stuck, shake it out. Step into your highest self and ask yourself, what if it all goes right? What if it's already going right? Now, if this episode resonated with you, I want you to tag me on Instagram at Angela_Gargano and let me know what your highest self's name is. I love hearing them. And as always, I want you to keep asking yourself, what if it all goes right? What if it's already going right? And stay tuned, because we have the next part of this series. So keep listening to it. I want you to go through all these different steps so that you can really become that highest version of yourself. And if you're looking for anyone to come in to speak at your event, if you're looking for a badass female to come in and go through this what if it all goes right mindset with your teams, or at one of your leadership conferences, I'm telling you, this is such a game changer. It resonates so much, and it's so digestible, right? It's so digestible, and things that you can actually do. Sometimes all this like self-improvement stuff can be just a little too out there and complicated. This is stuff that really, like, it will click and it will completely change your life. And by changing your life, it's going to change everyone else's around you life.